Hello, this is the beginner Pilates workout. You don't need any equipment for this today. So first we need to start with your feet hip width apart, toes facing forward, a little bit of engagement around the tummy. Ensure that your head is stacked over your ribs, over your pelvis, and that your knees are soft and they're not locked back. First thing we're going to do is drop our chin to our chest and start with a few gentle head nods. Nodding up and down. Don't look at the ceiling just yet. You're starting in the center and then you're taking your nose down. Let's take two more of those. 1 and 2. Ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Flip-flop the sides and check in with yourself that your shoulders aren't moving. Ensure that your shoulders aren't reaching through your ears. Keep these still. One more to each side, one there and one there. Head back to center, drop your chin to your chest and start doing a big circle with your nose, 2 in each direction. Keep the body still, just the head moving. So next time chin is at chest, change direction. Breathing naturally. One more. And there we go. Bring your head back to center. Next exercise, corkscrew arms. Take your arms out wide to the side. Pop them behind your head. Watch that you haven't pushed your head forward like a duck. Keep your head on top of your body. You're going to be lifting your shoulders up and down towards your ears. So it's like a shrug. Lift them up, down, up, down, up, down. Hands go out wide to the side again. So it's really easy to lift those shoulders up, but can you depress them down your back? Glide them down towards the center of the back. We do 3 of those each time. Arms out right to the side. Shrug. Up, down, up. Really glide those shoulder blades down. Last time, out wide to the side, lift, lower, focus on the lower, lower, lift, lower, arms up, wide to the side. Take a breath in, pop your arms across your chest, doesn't matter which hand is on top, you can also do the prayer position if that feels better for you. Maintaining the hips nice and still, imagine you've got those headlights on the front of the hips, they need to stay still, focusing forward. Take the breath in. As you exhale, turn the head, turn the ribs to the side. Breathing in here. Exhale, return to center. Work with the exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, go the other way. Breathing in. Exhale, return to center. Focus on the ribs moving, not the pelvis. The shoulders will just come around anyway. Think about ribs rolling round to the side. Take the breath. Exhale, return. 2 more to each side now. Breathe in. Exhale, turn. Breathe in. Exhale, return. Notice my pelvis isn't moving. Breathing in. Exhale, turn. We're isolating in the upper body. Breathe in. Exhale, turn. Last time, breathe in. Exhale, turn, lift through the top of the head towards the ceiling, breathe in. And come back to center. Okay, wrist rolls, and we will be going down onto our hands and knees later, so wrist roll in this direction, and swap it out other way. Okay, let's work on the side of the body now. So when you're ready, take your arm up to your ear, and go over to the side. Breathing in here, exhale, rise. Arm comes down, other side. If that's too much for you to put your arm up here, just pop it on your shoulder like a teapot and go over. Again, arm lifts, ear to shoulder. Over we go. Feel that lovely stretch along here and lift. Arm comes down. Watch you're not moving. Back into your starting position until you've really reached the maximum you can and lift high. And when you're coming back to your starting position, make sure you're growing tall. So here, lift to the sky. Last time. Up, bob the head. Over we go, and lift. High, arm comes down. Arm circles now with a twist. So we're going to circle the arm and rotate the ribs. Notice my pelvis isn't moving. So you're keeping the front part of your abdomen nice and still, and we're rolling the ribs only. Roll the ribs. Turn the head too. Roll the ribs. Last one. Roll the ribs. Back to center. Other side. Keep your pelvis still. Knees should be soft. Just work with your breath here. Can you lengthen your spine any taller? Can you grow? One more. Good. And push your weight onto your left foot now. Lift your right. Now it's fine if you can't get your foot very far off the floor, but if you can you get your knee in line with your hip? Pop it down. Swap sides. Lift up. Look at that 90-degree angle behind my knee. Up. So you're stepping up a really big wall here. Point the toes or have the foot hanging normally. Okay, we're going to add on now. So you're going to twist over the foot that's lifted. If you can't manage to lift your leg very high, you can always just take the heel off the floor. That's okay. Or just have your leg at this height. Whichever height you're working at, doesn't matter. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the foot at whichever height you can. Arms in your Cossack position and twist over. Return. Keep the hips still. The pelvis stays still as well. So this part of the body isn't moving. One more. And pop the foot back down, swap sides, lift up. So push through your big toe, little toe, heel. Turn around. Is this side easier for you? Perhaps this is more challenging. Push through the big toe, little toe, and heel. Two more. Twist. Return. Last time. Twist. And return. Very good. Go down to the mat. Now, I can't see your position, so if you need to, for comfort, pop a little cushion underneath your head or a rolled up towel. You need enough space to be able to move your arms and legs around. So, laying down on your back into Pilates position. Your knees are bent, feet are hip width apart, and your knees are also apart. Your arms are long down by your side. Take a second to think about your ribs. Try and not have your ribs so they're floating out. We want to engage the ribs into the center of the body. I like to say that they're knitting into the body. Just take a moment to melt into the mat. Remember, heavy head, heavy ribs, heavy pelvis, toes facing forward. Straight into a single knee fold now. Take that left foot off the floor, foot in line with knee, knee in line with your hips. Swap it over, other side. So it's like you're walking up a wall in front of you. Keep your arms still. And at every time you're lifting a leg, think about increasing the control around the tummy. We're stabilizing the tummy area, the core, which wraps around you like a corset, to stop any movement of the spine. All that's moving here are your hips moving your feet and your legs. So, two more each side. Up, down. Keep everything still. There should be no ripples moving across your clothes. Last time. Straight into knee drop. So taking your left knee, drop it out wide to the side. Foot goes onto its external border. Return to center. Your right leg should stay completely still. Your pelvis should stay still as well. Out, in. Out, in, swap sides, out, in. Check in with the leg that's not moving, that's not flaring out to the side. If that's starting to move out to the side, you need more control around your nipple line to keep everything nice and still. Two more, one, return, and two. Return, take a nice deep breath in here. Rib cage closure, arms go back behind the head, return them to your side. As your arms are going over, watch that your lumbar spine isn't starting to arc away from the mat. If you notice that that lumbar spine is starting to move, more tummy muscles are turning on here then to try and keep the spine stable. We want stability around the pelvis and the spine. I also want you to check that your shoulders aren't starting to creep towards your ears. Move them away if they are. One more, tummy muscles turned on. Now relax your arms down by your side. Heel slides, let's go. Slide your left heel along the floor and bring it back in, swap sides. Now, depending on if you've got grippy socks on or a grippy mat, this can be more challenging. So that's why mine is a little bit sticky because I've got such a grippy mat. But the focus remains the same, trying to keep the pelvic area still. So as my leg goes away, I'm using tummy muscles and a bit of pelvic floor to try and keep everything nice and still and stable. Send the leg away, return it. Last time, away, return. Into a single knee fold, foot comes up, double knee fold, other foot comes up. Keep one foot down if you need to. Rib cage closure with your legs in the air, or just have one foot down and alternate like this. So you could have a foot down like this, arm comes back, and you can swap it over. All right? Work at the level that's right for you. Or if you've got both feet off the floor, that's fine as well. Now you're going to do some circles with your arms. So your arms are above your chest, palms are facing your knees. Take your arms back by your head, out wide to the side. Circle the arms. Watch what furniture and bits and bobs you've got around you. Feel energy through the fingers. Push the fingers away. Keep the legs still, keep the spine still. Nothing should be moving apart from your arms and your shoulders. 2 more in this direction. Keep the legs still. 1. If your lower back is starting to feel a little bit agitated, put your feet on the floor. Change direction now. Or you need to use more tummy control. So dial up your centering. Think about using your tummy muscles to support your spine a bit more. 2 more. 1. And 2. Put your arms down. 1 foot down. And then the other foot down. Take a breath here. And a nice big exhale. We're going to do dead bug now. So take your left foot off the floor. The option would be to do it with your foot sliding away. We're going to do it from a double knee fold. So option would be coming up. You're going to straighten the opposite arm and the opposite leg, keeping everything nice and still across the front line of the body. Your option is this. So you've got your feet down and you're just going to slide the opposite foot away along the floor. That is your foundation option. Otherwise, you're in the double knee fold and you're straightening the opposite arm and the opposite leg. To make it look neat and tidy, point your toes. Now, focus on your lower back. What's your lower back doing? You're not arching away from the floor, I hope. Tummy muscles turned on. 4 more each side. 4. 4. 3. This is putting weight through the abdomen. So you might start to fatigue. 2 more each side. 2. And 2. Come on, 1 more each side. 1. And 1. Lovely. Arms come down by your side. 1 foot down and the other foot down. Take a deep breath. Look over your left shoulder now. And return the nose to center and look over your right shoulder. Back to center again. Look over the left. Graze your head along your cushion or floor or mat. Keep your head in contact. Last time to each side. And head back to center. Take a nice deep breath in here. We're going to do toe taps. 2 options. You keep your right foot on the floor and you take your left foot into a single knee fold. And you just very daintily Take your toes down to the mat, pointed toes up and down, watching that that right leg isn't moving and it's nice and still across the body. Option, you come into the double knee fold and you take those left toes up and down and your right leg is frozen in that elevated position. So choose the one that works for you. Or perhaps you want to start in the single, move to the double, or you start in the double and move to the single. 6 more. 6. Bring it up. 5. Watch your ribs aren't starting to poke out of your tummy. Just 2 more. 2. And 1. Swap sides. So by those ribs lifting up, just have a little feel of them and just check they're not starting to lift out of the body. Bring them into contact with your inner body and allow the lower back to be supported by your core engagement. 2 more. 1, lift it up, and 2, lift it up. Good. We're going to do a knee drop here. You've already done your knee drops with your feet on the floor. You'll remember it looked like this. If you want to, do those, or option, double knee fold, take one leg out, bring it back in, other side. Really focus here on your hips staying still. You only take that knee out as far as you can manage before the pelvis wants to rotate. So 2 more each side, or put your feet on the floor and do 2 more that way. 1 more, 1 there, and 1 there. Foot down, foot down. Good. Take a nice deep breath in here. Glue your legs together, palms face the ceiling, and just wriggle your arms a bit further away from your body. Hip rolls. So keeping your legs together, your knees together, and your feet and ankles together. Drop the knees over to one side, allowing the pelvis and spine to twist. Draw them back to center. Other side, you'll be able to see the soles of my feet here. Look how they're together. I'm like a mermaid. So keep everything together. And the top of my spine is also twisting. And I can go as far as I can before the opposite shoulder starts to peel away from the mat. So in reality, as I take my legs towards you, which is now towards the left, I can only go as far as I can before my right shoulder, this one here, starts to want to pop off the mat. So I have to control it on that diagonal line. I want you to think about what's working now to pull those legs back up. So this top hip, this one on the top here, I'm going to squeeze, 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 squeeze to bring the legs back to center. Now, as I take my knees away from you, it's the hip closest to you that I'm going to squeeze the muscles between the hip and the belly button to draw the legs back to center. So this is a rotation exercise for your spine and pelvis, but let's use it as a waist exercise as well to help get you a really gorgeous silhouette and to bring strength to those muscles around the respiratory system as well. This is going to really help open up all around the rib cage too, if you can optimize how far you can take your legs. Let's do 1 more to each side. Drop away and return. Drop away and return. Good. Take your feet apart again and take your arms back down by your side. Take a nice deep breath in and an exhale. Breath in here and an exhale. We're going to go onto our side now. So you can use your cushion or rolled up towel in between your arm and your ear, or just let your head come down here. I'm going to cushion my head using my hand. So your knees are together and your feet are in line with your bottom and your spine, okay? So you've got that triangle shape behind you. And I'm going to add a little lift in here, just underneath my waist, to try and keep my spine in parallel. If that causes you too much, then okay, it's fine just to slack down a bit. But ultimately, we're looking for keeping the bones in a nice line. Oyster, keep the feet together, take the top knee up and down. It's this top hip here that you need to be mindful of, that it doesn't start to splay back. There shouldn't be any rocking like this. We're stabilizing here, and you're working on your glute med, the outside muscle on the bottom. So keeping that belly button facing forward, top hip also facing forward in line with the bottom hip. 2 more. Straight into Charleston. So keep your knees together this time and lift that top ankle up and down. We're taking the hip into internal rotation, so it can feel a little bit of a stretch. Take it easy. You don't have to take it up that high. For some of you, it might just be a little kink up and down like this. Others might be able to get more movement. 2 more. Okay, legs together, lift the ankles. Same again, but with the ankles lifted off the floor now. 6 more. 6 and 5, 4, 3. Keep the body still. 2 and 1. Straight into Charleston. If this feels too much, so put your ankles back down. Put your legs back down and revert to the original exercise. So Charleston with the ankles up. 4, 3, 2 and 1, and rest those legs down there. And if you need to, give that a bit of a rub. So bring your knees forward now, in line with your tummy, and kick your feet forward. So you're now in a chair position. There's a 90-degree angle behind your knees. So your knees are in line with your waist and your feet are kicked forward. You're going to take that top leg and straighten it in line with your hip and your spine. I see so many of you doing this. Your hips aren't that big. Really think about opening up the front of the hip. It should be nice and flat here. You're going to flex your foot, point the toes. Flex and point. Twice more. Flex and point. Now lift up and down. Up and down. Up, down, up, down. 2 more. Up. Notice that I never take it lower than the starting position. And have that knee come back on. If you need to give it a rub, you can give it a rub. Okay, onto our tummies now. So I'm just going to slightly adjust the angle of the mat so you can see. Okay, we're going to do Cobra Press first of all. So whilst this is an exercise for the back, you do need to think about using a little bit of control around your tummy. Legs are hip width apart and my feet are relaxing on the floor. I haven't flexed my toes. Feet are relaxed on the floor. Elbows are wide to the side. I'll come down a bit further. There we go. In fact, there. So elbows are wide to the side and my hands are in line with my head. Okay? So imagine you've got that marble by your nose and you're going to roll that marble away from your face, and then you very gently start to lift up, keeping your elbows on the floor. Take a breath here. Exhale, come back down. This is a sequential move. So you want to think about your spine as having lots of little balls in it, and you need to move each one only once. So I move my head, then my neck, then I move the back of the shoulder area before I go a little bit lower. Once you've moved every little bit, you don't move it again. Breathe in. Exhale, roll the nose, lift the head, lift the back of the neck, lift through the shoulder, chest area, hold at the top to breathe in. Exhale, come back down, bone by bone. And notice how my head doesn't tuck in to the very last minute. Breathe in, roll the nose. You're lifting up. And I haven't thrown my head back either. Coming back down. Let me show you something. So my spine hasn't flopped up and down like this. Neither has the top of my spine continued to roll like this, like curling ribbon, okay? This isn't a move where you yank your head back. So I move my nose and I move my cervical vertebrae. Then once I've extended them, then I stop. Then I work on those vertebrae at the back of the neck, and I've now extended them, so I stop. And now think about using the ones around the shoulder blades. Now I've used them and I stop. And I'm now not able to go any further. Breathe in. Exhale, come back down. So bring the chest down first of all. then the neck bit, and then head pops in last. Breathe in. Exhale, roll the nose, lift up, tummy muscles turned on. If you're starting to feel this in your lower back, use some tummy muscles to support the spine. Coming back down. You're coming down sequentially. Let's all do 2 more. Breathing in. Exhale, roll the nose, lift up. Shine your chest forward. Think about where you'd be wearing a necklace and shine that forward to come back down. And on this last one, really focus on your head and spine finding length. So don't think about height, think about finding length. Breathe in, roll the nose, lift, find length in your spine, space in your spine. Hold and come back down gently, taking your time. Relax your feet and pop your head in. Good. Double mental press. So, fingers by your temples now, and your elbows are out quite pointy to the side. So, pointy elbows, and then the fingers by the temples, by the side of the ears. Similar exercise, your elbows and hands stay on the mat. Breathe in, roll the nose, keep your hands and your elbows still. Elbows stay down, breathe in, roll the spine sequentially back to the mat. Breathe in, exhale as you move. Lift through the scruff of the neck, breathe in at the top, come back down. Take the next breath here. Exhale, roll the nose and lift. Breathe in. Exhale, come back down. Progression for those of you that feel ready for it, we're going to salute at the top, but for some of you, you'll need to keep practicing that. And remember, this is a back exercise, so you need to feel it in your back. Your muscles won't get stronger unless they feel change. So let's go. Keep doing what you're doing, or let's add the salute. I'll show you the salute. Breathe in, exhale, lift. So take your elbow and hand on your right. Take your hand to your temple, lift up, swap sides. Keep your spine elevated. You could do 2 to 3 to each side, if you can keep your body still. So I'm doing 3, keep things lifted, and then gently roll that head back down to the mat. Breathing in, roll the nose, and this time start with the other hand. So, other hand lifts first. We always alternate the leading leg or the leading hand. So, last time on each side for me, up, and up, and now I'm going to gently return everything back down to the mat. Child's pose. So push your bottom back onto your heels and really stretch your hands away from the armpit and tuck your head in. Now, some of you won't be able to reach this position, especially if you've had a joint replacement. Don't worry about it. Just stretch in any way that you can. All right, let's do the other side of the body then, before we forget what we did. So with that little towel, pop it between your ear and your head, or use your own arm to bring yourself into alignment. Ankles in line with your bottom, knees are bent. Look how long my legs are there. I haven't got my legs here and then shoving my knees up and my ankles tight into my bottom. I've actually got quite relaxed legs with my feet in line with my bottom. Think, if you can, about bringing a little bit of space underneath to bring your spine into that alignment. Think about where the bones are. No saggy spines. When you're ready, feet together, start lifting that top knee up and down. Your hand can be on your top hip to check that it's not starting to push back, or you could just have it in front of you for balance. Entirely up to you. Work with what's best for you today. 4 more. 4. Take it down. 3. Keep the feet together. 2. And 1. Charleston. So knees stay together and you flick the top ankle up and down. Again, it feels a bit odd if you're not used to taking that thigh into internal rotation. It's the hip that's going internally. 3 more. 3. 2. And 1. Option, stay where you are and repeat those exercises we've just done, the oyster and Charleston, or lift the ankles, keep the knees together, and now open and close the knees. So the ankles are off the mat, And you're keeping that top hip nice and still. We don't want the pelvis to rock forward. So the belly button should be still pointing forward. Try and get a little bit of lift under the body if you can. 4 more, 4 and 3. Really challenge yourself with these last 2. Take that knee higher. And 1, Charleston. Ankle lifts up. Ankle lifts up. 6, 5, 4, just 3. Last 1. And relax the legs down. Now you're going to bring your knees up in line with your hips, your waistline, and just push your feet forward. Straighten that leg in line with your hip. And I really want you to focus on opening up through this groin area. Check that your leg isn't hanging out in front. It needs to be back in line with your spine. And just point and flex your foot a few times. And then with your foot pointed, if you can, lift it, leg up and down. 7. Top hand could be balancing on your hip or for balance in front. Doesn't matter. Don't take the leg past the center line. 4 and 3. Got a couple more. And 1. Good. Rest that knee on top of the other one and give it a rub if you need to. Okay, 4-point kneeling. So onto your hands and your knees now. You really need to take care of this position. Relax the legs. Your knees need to be under your hips. Gecko hands. Spread the load of your weight. Hands underneath your shoulders. And you need to bring your tummy muscles into connection with your body. Watch that you don't sink the back. You haven't got a toddler on your back. So bring the connection of the front of the body in. Okay, tummy muscles turned on there. We're going to do tabletop 1. So slide that right leg away behind you and lift it to hip height, no higher. Pop it down, slide it in. Again, same side. Let's fatigue the same side. Now, front of those hips need to be staying facing the mat. What might be happening with some of you is that as you lift the leg, you might be doing this in an effort to try and get the height. And if you're lifting your leg too high, you might start to shift that weight into your lumbar spine. So slide away, tummy turns on more as you lift, and you turn down the centering as you lower. So lift, tummy on, tummy off. Swap sides. So feel the adjustment of how you spread the weight between your hands just by swapping sides. Leg goes up, pop it down, tummy turned on, watch your lower spine. Lift. Pop it down, slide it in, slide away, lift, pop it down, slide it in, slide away, lift, pop it down, slide it in. Don't hang your head through your legs, keep your neck engaged. You should be looking in front of you about 1 meter. Okay, now we're going to do tabletop 2. Option, stay doing that and really focus on keeping the hips facing down to the floor. This time we're going to add in the opposite arm, lifting as we lift the leg. So you slide away. As you lift the leg, you lift the opposite arm and reach forward. Pop the hand and the foot down, slide it in. You slide away, reach, pop it down, slide it in. Slide away, reach, pop it down, slide it in. Slide away, tummy turned on. Check your lower back. We haven't got anybody sitting on there. Lift, pop it down, slide it in. Slide away, lift, pop it down, slide it in. 1 more each side. Coordinate it so the leg and the hand lift at the same time. Lift, pop it down, slide it in. Take the child's pose if you need it. Nice deep breath in here. And an exhale, join in again when you can. There's going to scorpion and fire hydrant, then we're done on our hands and knees. So, right foot first of all, take the heel up and try and have your thigh in line with your hip. It's okay if you're down here, okay? But watch that you're not starting to flip the pelvis around. So your hips need to stay facing the floor. Push the heel to the sky. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, tummy turned on, don't let that lower back go, and pulse it, push, 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 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax the leg down, straight into fire hydrant. So, the leg is a bit like you when you did the knee drop. It's the same movement, we're taking that leg out, but keep the hips facing forward. Are they doing this? Is your pelvis doing this? Keep the hips facing down. 2 more, 1, and 2. Okay, other side. So, other side for scorpion now. So, tummy muscles turns on, and lift, lower, lift, lower. We're only going to the halfway point. Up, down. Focus on the up, not the down. Push. So you're pushing your heel up. Tummy muscle turned on. I'm correcting myself. There is feeling that my hip is starting to move and my pelvis is rotating. So I've taken a second there to correct myself. 2, 1, and pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Just 5, 2, and 1. And relax it down straight into fire hydrant. 9, and 8, 7, 6. Keep your head lifted, tummy turned on. 3, and 2, and 1, and straight into child's pose. So again, stretch those hands away. Feel that lovely stretch in your back. Breathing in here, and exhale. One more time, breath in, and exhale. Good, come up to standing. Take on any water if you need it. We're going to do some balance work and some acceleration work. Okay, so we always want to think about slowing down as well as speeding up. So tummy muscles turned on, tap out to the side. I'm using my left leg. Stand tall. Make sure you're not leaning one side or the other. Stand tall. So belly button through the center of the chest, nose, head. Good. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now you're going to lean into that, into a little lateral lunge. You're stepping out and in, out and in. No leaning forwards here. 4, and on the 1, we're going to come into a balance. 2, watch what I do. 1, straight into the balance. Let's go again, speed it up. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 to the balance. Keep still, that's it. 4, and 3. Try not to lean forwards. And 1 to the balance. Yes. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 to the balance. Good. Okay, this time the balance will be with your eyes closed. You're going to zip in and out with your eyes open, but the balance will have your eyes closed if you feel able to do it. Let's go. 4, 3, and 2, and 1 to the balance. Close your eyes. Good. Again. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 to the balance. Close your eyes. Go. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Last time to the balance. Close your eyes for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Swap sides. So tappy tappy out to the other side. Tap, tap, stand tall. Lift your chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going out and in. Just take care that you don't start to lean forward like I did there. It's okay to check in with yourself and to correct your posture. Good. So it's on the 4, 3, 2, 1, and we lift. Remember? 4, bring it in. 3, speed it up. 2, and 1 to the lift. How high can you bring your knee? Good. 4. If you need to, just lift the heel off the floor and keep the toes down. Last 1 to the lift. Go. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 to the lift. Go. 4, and 3, and 2. Keep the chest lifted. 1 to the lift. So we're going to do 3 now, where we lift with the eyes closed. Let's go. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 to the lift. Close your eyes. Yes. 4, and 3, and 2. Keep the tummy turned on. Lift, close your eyes. Last time, 4, 3, and 2, 1. Be calm. Very good. And feet down. Okay, a little bit of standing extension work. We're nearly done. So tummy muscles turned on. I want you to think about lifting through the top here. Imagine somebody's got you by the scruff and they're lifting you up. Don't throw your head back. Breath in. We're going to grow tall and lift the chest. Hold. And then you pop your head back on the top of your spine. So you lift the chest. And then you pop your head on top of the spine. This time, we're going to lift the chest up and push your arms back, palms face forward, and push your arms back 10 times. Go, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep the chest lifted. 2, 1. Put your head back on top of your spine. Last time. Lift up. Push your arms back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your head back on. Okay, lift the foot, twist the ankle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 2, 1. Swap sides. Lift it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel rises to finish then. So up, down, up, down. Make sure you're keeping your spine still. Up, down. How high can you lift your heels? We're going for 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Well done.